What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, welcome to the channel. This is my 2009 335i, and today we're going to be replacing the front control arms, and we're going to be using some M3 control arms so that we can get some better handling. Now you guys can see we've got all four front control arms here, and we picked these up from FCP Euro. Now these are for an M3, but the 3 Series are kind of nice. They are a direct bolt-on to any 3 Series. Now you guys can see we've already got the car here jacked up and on jack stands ready to go. We're going to be tackling this driver's side for you guys since that one's going to be slightly harder than the passenger side. You can see I've already got the passenger side out. We're putting those back in, but I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do it on the driver's side since it is slightly harder, since it has the headlight leveling sensor on one of those control arms, which the kit completely replaces. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how to get these two front control arms out, and then we're going to show you guys how to install them. So in order to do these front control arms, your car does need to be on a lift or on jack stands, however you want to get it up in the air. Please make sure that it is secure so that while you're under there, it's not going to fall. We don't want anything bad to happen to you guys. So once you've got the car up in the air safely, you're going to remove both of your wheels. Should just be 17mm lug nuts. Make sure you guys get them loose while it's on the ground. Otherwise, you're going to have a bad time trying to get those lug nuts off when it's up in the air. So now that your car is up in the air, you've got your wheels off, I'm going to show you guys exactly what we're replacing underneath, and I'll show you the 4 bolts that we're going to need to remove. So as we come underneath the car, we're going to be replacing this control arm here, and then this one here as well. So you can see this control arm, there's 2 bolts on each of them, and I'll give you guys a better example here in a second. So looking at the hub from the back here, you can see that it's going to mate right in here and right here. Hopefully you guys can see it. It looks like it might be a little dark in the camera, but there's 2 21mm nuts here that you're going to want to remove. And then you're going to go to the tops of the control arms here. You got an 18mm here. And off of this one, you've got 2 18mm here, and all of those should come out pretty easily. So I'm going to go ahead and get these control arms removed, and then I'll catch up with you guys. Alright, I wanted to show you guys really quickly on these nuts that are on the bottom of the hub to the control arms. You may need a 240 wrench that's in the middle, and you might have to use an open wrench to get the last few threads off. Otherwise, it'll sit there and just spin the whole entire bolt. So we're going to do that for the other control arm since this one is completely off. And then both bolts here should be done. And then we can tackle the 18mm and the arms will fall right out. Alright guys, you can see that we've got both control arms out now. The smaller one, you will have to tap on it here to get that ball joint to come down. And same with this one. It's kind of up in there, tucked in. You're going to want to hit it from the back side to pop it out. Also, I thought it would be easier to show you guys while the control arm was out, but this is for your headlight leveling. There is a sensor that is connected to it here. Now the control arm we are putting in actually replaces this entire unit here. So rather than trying to pull off this clip and reusing it for the new control arm, they send you everything with that M3 kit that's going to be a direct bolt on to where the sensor already was. So just make note of how you put the sensor in underneath the car. And then with the new one, I'll show you guys exactly how it goes on. But basically it replaces this little stick here. You bolt it into the new control arm, and then it's just 1 bolt here to go to the sensor, and then you can reinstall it. So basically to install both of them, it's kind of just like the reverse. You're going to lay these in exactly how they came out, bolt them up, and then torque them down to spec. I'll put right here the torque specs for each one. But really quick on this control arm, I'll show you guys how the sensor is going to go back on, and then we can go back to installing these and getting this car handling nicely. So you guys can see with the kit, you get the 2 new nuts, the new leveling sensor bar, and then on the new control arm, you can see there's a little spot to bolt one of them in. So when you're installing this, just make sure it's going back in the correct orientation. Should be pretty self-explanatory. Once you get this side in, the bracket actually uses this bolt to mount. So once that is all in, then you can worry about installing this little headlight leveling sensor bar. So let's go ahead and let's throw in the new control arms. Let's get it all nice and buttoned up, and then I'll show you guys the finished product. Alright guys, so you can kind of see we've got this control arm in now. This is where the headlight leveling goes. To get this bushing in, I did have to use a pry bar to open up the subframe ever so slightly, and then this slid in just fine. Don't forget to use your headlight leveling kit bracket to install it on this side here. Now we'll throw in our leveling little bar here and connect those, and then we should be all set to go ahead and throw in the front control arm, and then we should be all done. Alright guys, you can see tools all over the place here. The two old control arms. We come under here. We have the new front, new lower / rear control arm. Nice and installed. Everything is tight, torqued down to spec. So I'm just going to finish up this side. You can see I'm missing one. Just got one on this side, so we're going to throw in the other one, get those tight down to torque specs. Then we're going to go ahead and throw the wheels back on. This thing should be ready to rip here in the next 10-15 minutes. And then I'll kind of give you guys a rundown on how the car feels with the new control arms. The M3 ones should improve the handling. I do recommend getting an alignment after you guys install these. And I've been told that since we did M3 control arms up front, the front car needs to be aligned to an M3 of the same year as your car. But that is just what I've read on some forums. I'm sure you could probably get away with just a regular alignment. But I'm going to go ahead and take it into the shop tomorrow to get the alignment. But let's get this thing all dialed up, get the wheels back on, so that we can get this thing back on the road, and I'll let you guys know how it feels after these control arms are installed. Alright guys, the wheels are back on the car. We're about to lower it down and then torque down our lug nuts to make sure we don't lose a wheel. That would not be fun. But if you come underneath here, you can see the new control arms are nice and in. I definitely recommend getting alignment done after these. I already can tell that this wheel is not straight and my steering wheel is. You can kind of see it's turned in just a little bit. But today is Sunday. Tomorrow I'm going to go get an alignment and two new front tires because I want to make sure that this car is in tip-top shape. I threw on some rear tires not too long ago since those went bad. And now my passenger side one is actually leaking air. I saw a nail in it today. So we're gonna get some new fresh tires, a new alignment, and this thing should be ready to rip. So let's get the car off the jack stands. Let's go take it around the block. We'll see how these new control arms are feeling, and I'll keep you guys updated, and I'll let you guys know if I like them or not. Well guys, unfortunately, as I took the car around the block to see how the new control arms felt, the steering wheel and the steering just felt super off. So I'm going to be taking my car down to the mechanic. He's going to check it out for me. We might have to do an alignment right away to make sure that the steering is good to go. I have read some forums that say the steering shaft has gone bad, so maybe it's that. I'm crossing my fingers it's nothing major. So I'm waiting for a tow truck right now to tow my car down to my mechanic's shop because I don't really want to drive it and cause more damage. Now I will definitely keep you guys updated on the process so that you guys are aware of what happened with the car. But if you guys are enjoying the E90 content, make sure you are liking these videos so that I know you're enjoying the content. If you guys are new here, smash that subscribe button. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers and hopefully we can hit that by the end of the year. And as always, make sure you guys comment in the comment section below what you want to see done on the car because I will take all of your comments into consideration. So stay tuned for next video and I'll update you guys on what the issue is. And we've got another problem that we've got to tackle. I'm not going to give you away too much information, but we do have some oil somewhere that we don't want it to be. And so with that, I will see you guys next time. Peace.